Nickname Jack the Ripper. Number of murders, presumably 11, proven 5. Investigation, unsuccessful. Interrogated 110 people. Suspects, 5 people. The crime has not been solved. Jack the Ripper is one of the most infamous and mysterious criminals in history. The name was given to an unidentified killer who operated in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888. His crimes became a symbol of terror and remain unsolved to this day. During this period, there was rapid industrial and commercial growth, along with the development of new infrastructure, including the underground, bridges, and railways. However, life in 1880s London was unequal. The wealth of the empire was concentrated in the hands of the elite, while the poor suffered from terrible living conditions in slums like the East End. It was in this bustling city during these times that London became famous for one event, Jack the Ripper. The killer was initially known as the Whitechapel Killer, but a mocking letter was sent to the police station in which the author claimed that he was the notorious serial killer. He signed the note with the name Jack the Ripper, which was the reason for the name change. Jack the Ripper allegedly killed 11 to 15 people, of which only 5 were proven. Jack the Ripper killed his victims by cutting their throats and stomachs. Inside the victims, they were missing some organs, such as kidneys. Experts believe Jack the Ripper knew human anatomy or had surgery experience. Why wasn't Jack the Ripper caught? The lack of modern investigative methods, the difficult situation in the area, and the skill of the criminal himself made the capture of Jack the Ripper impossible. To this day, his identity remains a mystery, which has given rise to many theories and myths surrounding the case. The Jack the Ripper case has given rise to many theories about who the killer might have been. Police and researchers have proposed 5 suspects, but none have been formally charged. Here are some of the most famous. 1. Montague John Druitt. Who he was: a barrister and schoolteacher. Why he was suspected: his body was found in the River Thames in December 1888, shortly after the last murder. Druitt reportedly suffered from mental health issues, and his death coincided with the end of the killings. Against him, there is no direct evidence linking him to the crimes. 2. Aaron Kosminski. Who he was: a Polish-Jewish barber living in Whitechapel. Why he was suspected: contemporary accounts claim that Kosminski had mental health problems and a hatred for women. In 2014, DNA analysis on a shawl from one of the victims allegedly pointed to Kosminski. Against him, the DNA results are controversial and criticized for potential contamination. Authority 3. Jonathan Mayo. Who he was: an American doctor. Why he was suspected: he was in London during the murders and fit the profile of someone with anatomical knowledge. Against him, no direct evidence supports this theory, which is largely based on speculation. 4. James Maybrick. Who he was: a British artist. Why he was suspected: strange behavior and possible megalomania. Some researchers suggest he might have been a maniac. Against him, weak evidence supports this claim. 5. Joseph Barnett. Who he was: a fish porter and former lover of the last victim, Mary Jane Kelly. Why he was suspected: he knew the area, the victims, and may have killed out of jealousy or after breaking up with Kelly. Against him, there is no evidence tying him to the other murders. None of these suspects have been proven to be Jack the Ripper. The case remains open, and the identity of the killer is one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history.